Welcome back guys to another episode of the Factorio Let's Play. So as you can see, we are in very fast and time-lapse, time-lapse episode, yeah, exactly. Not necessarily today because there was the need for a time-lapse episode, but it's a combination today because I currently have the time right now to do it, and I also have a topic that I want to talk about. Exactly. So this all ties into the thing that I already talked a little bit about in yesterday's video, and that is the good old question of quitting Let's Plays. And first up, no, I'm not going to quit Let's Plays, but I'm going to restructure a bit. Yeah, so still Let's Plays will be releasing daily. From now on out, it will be only Factorio, because that... I mean, first up I should probably talk about the whole reasoning that I have and why I wanna spend less time making Let's Plays. So Let's Plays, so this Let's Play channel right here is for me just like the little side project, where I can spend some leftover time on. Yeah, it's not really anything that I want to spend too much time on because, well, I do have the main channel, and the main channel will now take quite a bit of time. So when I started making the Let's Plays, and when I also said, hey, I want to do this daily now, there was a time where the main channel was fairly inactive because I was just waiting there on like Factorio 017, and I wasn't doing like the complete tutorial stuff. Yeah, so I wasn't doing like a ton of stuff over there, but now I am again, and now I am full of ideas and firing out videos there, and I want to essentially keep up with a weekly, daily would be pretty insane, but with a weekly upload schedule, and yeah, for that I need time. And sure, these complete tutorial videos, I mean, I have made now a couple, so once you have a series like that and you made a couple, I now have like presets and everything. Like, I mean, I'm not 100% efficient at it yet, but I mean, it's just going to be going to get better, right? So, but the thing is, I don't just want to do these kind of videos. I want to do like more. And the thing is, kind of Factorio as a game is great, and I mean, I started the channel and this entire YouTube thing here now because of Factorio, and for making Factorio tutorials specifically. Like, I started with the train tutorial series, for example. The thing is that now I've spent over a year on YouTube again on this channel, and I mean, I had YouTube channels before that one, and none of them were going as good as it's going right now, right? Like, now I'm making the kind of numbers in a month that I was dreaming of to do kind of in total, for my last channel, for example, which I think I actively made videos on for 1.5 to 2 years almost. And in the end, I had like 30 subscribers or whatever, and I don't know, maybe like a couple thousand views in total. So yeah, it's going rather good, I would say. I mean, sure, it could always be better, but I mean, I'm really happy how it's going right now, so I really want to spend more time on that. And I think, and with now the amount of ideas I now have, I just don't have like the same issue why I stopped doing YouTube earlier. Like, I maybe stopped making YouTube videos now like 2 or 3 times or whatever already. And it was always just because I was kind of frustrated after a while, because like, sure, when you're making like videos every day, and back then it was mostly Let's Plays, but when you're like spending that kind of time on YouTube and it's just not going like literally anywhere, then that's kind of frustrating. I mean, sure, you do have your fun doing the videos, but I mean, you also kind of expect it to go somewhere, like, I mean, I don't expect that I'm ever going to reach like 1 million subscribers or whatever, but I mean, like a bit of growth here and there, like, I don't know, like a couple subscribers a week or whatever. That's kind of what you want, or that's what I already have now, and so I'm much more motivated and much more happy doing what I'm doing right here. So yeah, that's why I also thought a bit about like in the future, like I don't know, 2 or 3 years again, like what am I going to do types of videos then. I mean, from now on out, it's maybe like a year or so until Factorio 1.0 releases, maybe even less than that according to the plan of the devs. Well, and what's after that, like we don't know if it's just going to continue with more releases or if there's like a break for a year or whatever. I mean, it's just what happens already right now, but like the thing is, maybe Factorio as a game will reach end of life at some point, very likely. Question is, when is that? Or maybe before that even happens, maybe I just lose interest in the game over time, which is, I think, also natural and something that could totally happen. And so I don't want to like now start building like this YouTube channel on something that's not sustainable for the future, and that's why I also want to venture in like kind of other directions. I mean, everyone who's kind of interested in the channel is probably also at least a tiny bit interested in computers. So, I mean, Factorio is a computer game after all. And computer, specifically PC gamers and people that are interested in computers, I think there are, like these two groups are a lot of the same people in both of them. So, yeah, so if you had like a Venn diagram, like this part where both of these circles would intersect, that would be pretty huge when you compare like PC gamers and computer enthusiasts, or maybe people that just have a general interest in computer stuff. So like with my Home Lab series, I want to kind of like go into like the more kind of specific part, but I'm also thinking about making like a basic series where I like just explain like a lot of like the basic stuff that is more in the Home Lab direction still. I don't know, like what are IP addresses, like how do like network transfers work, like how does it really work, what happens in the background when you like type google.com into your browser, for example. I also want to do like a series that just kind of explains like this whole process of like networks and computer networks, how that all kind of works. And I could also see like me explaining to you what all the components in a computer are, for example. Or I don't know, like a Linux basic series in the future or something, because I'm also kind of interested in like that Linux direction, I mean, I also thought about switching to Linux, obviously, but then I remembered, oh, well, I'm using Adobe software, and well, that's just not going to happen. So, yeah, but like for a lot of stuff, I could like imagine it kind of things, and I think that would be like a feasible thing to do in the future. So I want to maybe get there in a couple months at best, like just 50% Factorio tutorials or Factorio videos and 50% just something else completely. And I have like tons of ideas of what this something else part could be. Yeah, maybe I will need some more time for Factorio tutorials. Maybe like one Factorio tutorial takes me a little bit more than a week to make, but one of the like network basics, or however it will be called, videos just takes, I don't know, like 1 to 2 days for me to produce. So you could like mix that up perfectly, that that I have like more time to do still like bigger things. And yeah, right now I'm actually finished now. Well, with the video, not like with the stuff around it, like uploading thumbnails, stuff like that. But I'm now pretty much finished with a new video that's coming up next Friday on the main channel, which is another part of the My Home Lab series, where I'll be talking about the Raspberry Pi, a little bit what the Raspberry Pi is. Then I'm going over like what a VPN is or how that works, and then I'm going over like me setting up, first of all, like just installing Raspbian on the Raspberry Pi, and in the end, or like in the middle part, basically it's just me talking or showing how you can install an OpenVPN server on a Raspberry Pi. And then in the end, it's like me troubleshooting, because it obviously didn't work right away. I mean, it technically did work, but it's some kinks to it. So yeah. And that was a video that I now made over the course of the last week. And I really liked doing that, making that video. It was very different from the stuff that I'm doing with the complete tutorial series. Obviously, I didn't script it whatsoever, so that's directly like kind of a change. And as a result of that, I spent a lot of time editing the video. In the end, it was, or it is, you are going to see that it's a super long video. It's almost 50 minutes long. I thought about making like a 2-part thing out of it, and there would be actually a good point in the middle to split that, but I'm just going to put like timestamps in the description, and I hope that will be fine. So yeah, and I had a lot of fun doing that, and so I want to do like more to that direction in the future, because I think that's also really great. And when you're on YouTube doing your like YouTube videos, you also just have to be special in some way, you know? Like, I think that's also the problem with Let's Plays. If you look at my entire Let's Play channel, most of the like the views here are obviously really terrible, like just a couple of views here and there, like it's just not good, obviously. And I mean, I also didn't really promote this channel or anything, but the thing is, and that's also what I struggled with in the past, I think that these standard like Let's Plays, they are just standard things, you know, they are available everywhere, like everyone and their dog can make a Let's Play series. So yeah, even if someone like searches up a Let's Play for a game you have Let's Played, then there are going to be like so many other people like you're just buried under the massive amount of Let's Play videos that are out there. So you have to find kind of a way to make something that's special. You have to find your own kind of special area of making videos. And I think for the future, this kind of like home lab and like networking and basics and these and that videos could be it. I mean, sure, at some point I would be also done with all of that, and then like who knows at what point I am then. Like, I don't know, maybe at that point I have like a couple 100,000 subscribers or whatever. Maybe I am like a full-time YouTuber by then or whatever. I mean, I'm not really sure if I want to be a full-time YouTuber, but that's like a whole nother story. I mean, I'm at the start, but it feels like I'm now at the start of like a journey, and not just of the start of a thing that I'm like trying out now, you know. So it was now very exciting actually to think a bit about what I want to be, what I want to do on YouTube, and I think that ultimately Let's Plays are not going to be a part of that journey for me. I don't know, maybe live streams in the future or whatever. I don't know. Yeah, so the thing is, Let's Plays, sure, I always said to myself that Let's Plays, they are fast to make, and that's true, but I was doing some things a little bit stupid and not as fast. For instance, I put like every Let's Play video into Premiere Pro, my editing program, and then so like the intro is there, and I look if it's at the right spot, and then I take like a screenshot, then I put a length correct and everything, and then I export it and render the video essentially, and then upload it. And the rendering part, sure, I have my rendering server for that, or like the NAS with the rendering virtual machine, that's for that, whatever. And that part of the process is going to be completely removed out of the chain. Sure, videos like this one, which is a time-lapse video, I obviously have to do like the time-lapse part, I have to like put the audio in the correct spot, everything like that. Sure, that will still be edited and rendered again and then uploaded, but for the rest I just want to record a file and take that from OBS, then remix it, so I'm recording in an MKV file format, so in case, I don't know, something bad happens to the recording, like my PC crashes, the NAS crashes, something, OBS crashes, whatever, then the file is still readable, which with a normal MP4 file is, then the file is pretty much lost and corrupt. So I'm still doing like MKV, and then you can just remix that to MP4, which is essentially just copying the file, basically, in the background, like it doesn't have to re-encode it, it only re-wraps it, which is a little bit different. I mean, stuff like that could also be a great video, like just explaining like how do like certain files work, like what is in a video file, like you click on it and it pops up and it says video. But I think that maybe people are interested, like how does it work, and that's something that I want to cover more, and that's something that takes time to make, and I feel like I'm wasting a lot of time doing these Let's Plays here. I mean, I guess not really wasting time, but I mean, the recording part is great, but all the other stuff around it, like now that I was doing like Tropico 6, and then that I think I already ranted a bit about that yesterday, but that this all didn't really work suddenly. Like I was recording an episode, worked fine, then I was doing some other stuff, like editing the home lab video, which I made, by the way, I think I edited like over 10 or 12 hours on that now in total, but hey, it was fun time though. Yeah. And then I did some of that, and then I played like a couple rounds of Rocket League or whatever, and then I wanted to record another episode of Tropico 6, and then suddenly everything just crapped itself. Since then, I'm not getting it to work. There wasn't any updates, there wasn't nothing, and that's just really frustrating, and that is the stuff that takes time, Also, when you're doing like a new Let's Play of a new game, then you have to do like a new thumbnail, you have to build that, you have to build like your preset again and do this and that, and it's also like more complex from the planning. Now I can just look at my calendar and see, oh hey, I now have like for today and tomorrow and overmorrow, or the day after tomorrow, like I have there like episode already up. So okay, today I can just do something else, and then when I see, oh hey, I have only for tomorrow an episode up online, then I can just now record like 2 more episodes, and I don't have to think about what should I record now, should I record that or this or what, and yeah, there's a lot less that can go wrong. And Factorio is a game I think that's really easy to Let's Play, because I'm doing like GPU encoding when I Let's Play, and Tropico, for example, uses already the entire GPU, so OBS and the game, they have to fight for those GPU resources, and with Factorio, Factorio just barely uses any of the GPU, so that's not a problem. Yeah, so what will change for you? There will be Factorio now daily till the end of the year. I still want to keep that promise, I still want to keep that goal, and I think at the end of the year I will reevaluate if I still want to do Let's Plays. Let's just put it that way. Yeah, there also won't be an intro anymore in the Let's Plays. Yeah, because that just, like I probably already spent multiple hours already just on putting interest into the videos. So I'm not going to do that anymore, and then I can just stop rendering the videos again, which is also a huge time saver. Yeah. And there's also just a last positive thing here, and that's that I then am now finally able to use all the Adobe Creative Cloud CC 2019 versions, because with 2019 they did some things differently in their activation process of the software itself. Before that, I now have on my account, I have my main computer where I use all the programs. I have a laptop which is using only Photoshop, and I have the render VM which is using only Media Encoder. And right now that works, but with the new update that doesn't work anymore. And yeah, now I can just kill like the entire render VM more or less. Like I just like still use it for like uploading and remuxing, that kind of stuff. But then I'm now finally also able to use all the new features. Well, there are not too many new features. It's Adobe after all, but I'm still going to be able to use the newest advancements, like Apple's ProRes file and video like encoding, video codec, exactly. ProRes for Windows, finally, with 2019, I'm going to take a look at whether it's actually an improvement or not, but topics for a different day, I guess. And yeah, with that, thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions still, then just ask them in the comments down below, and I'll be happy to answer them. Thank you guys for watching. See you all in tomorrow with another exciting episode. Until then, have a great time. See you all then. Bye bye then.